This film's on Joe Biden, but his actual birth name is Joseph Robinette Biden, born on November 20th, 1942. Now, he has a 47-2 life path. That means most of his friends and personal situations and close contacts would be through a work or a money situation. He has 20 letters in his name, which is the awakening. And the awakening is the Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn. And you see a few people rising from a coffin. And it's about somebody having a calling and a call to duty, a call to action. He has a 31-4 achievement. That means that he would get involved with medical situations. He likes being alone somewhat. And he can be a self-contained person. He could also have a lot of issues or contacts with health or medical people. And it would be of great interest to him. The 31-4 is actually a very detailed person. In 2020, he's in the 35-8, which is a question of what job or position he would want to be at or with. And in 2021 cycle, which begins in October of 2020, he's in an ending cycle. And usually this cycle brings a change in living situations, and it's a Mars cycle. It's a very aggressive cycle. Where the 2020 cycle is a Saturn cycle for him. It's a learning cycle. It's a time that karma and things come back. Now, if you numerize his whole name, he has a missing 3, and that means communication, children, friends, social situations would be a challenge. And particularly when he was younger, I don't know if he was shy or he was withdrawn in some way. And the 5s are very prominent in his chart, which is Mercury. A lot of communication, a lot of change. He's good at that. But the friends and the social contacts and communication would be something he'd have to work on. He has what they call a hinge letter. And the name Robinette. It's the 9th letter. It's the middle of the name, and that means he has a need to be needed. And anybody born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd of any month would be a challenge to him. And if you look at the name Biden, it is a hinge letter of a D, which means anybody with a D initial would be a challenge to him, and anybody born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, or 31st of any month would also be a challenge. And when somebody has a D as a hinge letter, it means that there's large changes in personal distance from relatives and close people. In other words, they're with them all the time or not at all. Or they move away or go away. So there's a detachment with like family or relatives, and it causes quick detachments. Now, in the 2020 cycle, which begins in October of 2019, there's all zeros down the middle over here. And what happens is that means he had a lack of willpower and determination to do things, but because the action numbers are activated, he would have a call to duty, which is like the 20, which is the awakening. And there would a lot be going on with finances and meetings and things like that. Now, in the 2021 cycle, which begins in October of 2020, again, a lack of willpower and determination, but actions are really called for. He's just as strong on the action part, or almost. He's got 4 numbers there, where here he has 3, 4, 5, 6. In other words, action is really packed in 20 and dies in 2021, or becomes less. but willpower and determination are less at that point. Now, his partnership cycle in the 2020 is in the 9th house, and that means he would be depending on a partner to a large degree to help him. So any power he has would be due to a partnership that he forms. Now, he would be very confident about a partner's helping him. Now, if you look at 2021 cycle, there's a partnership, and it's in the 1st house. And all the 1st house numbers are in Mars, so there's a lot of activity. So a lot of his situation really depends on a partner. But his challenge is somebody with the D initial and somebody born on like the 14th of the month. Well, that's Donald Trump born on the 14th. But actually, Trump's chart is a lot stronger than his right now. His whole chart depends on a partner. I guess it was Kamala Harris more than anything else. So we'll see what happens, but the cosmos kind of goes a little bit along with Donald Trump as versus Joe Biden. Joe Biden prides himself on being needed and being fair, and he prides himself on his family and being able to balance money and emotions. But with the challenge in the cycle he just started has to do with a partner and the help of a partner, and that's his whole determination of whether he'll be successful or not. It could be a black or Asian female, or the fact that it's a woman would have a lot to do with his campaign. So he's hoping to get a lot of votes that way, I guess. But we'll see. But like I said, basically it favors Trump a little bit more than Biden.